Hi children, in this video we are going to discuss about polygons. Okay, a new concept, that is polygon. So before going to discuss about that polygon, we need to know about that some figures. Okay, in our day-to-day life we can observe that so many figures, right? Okay, the figures having some shapes. Okay, so see here, first thing is open figure. So what about that open figures here? Open figures means the starting point and ending point of the figures are different. Okay, for example, somewhere that figure was started, so I drawn this figure like this. Okay, one of that picture, one of that figure, one of that shape I drawn here, right? Okay, so I started from here, so I will call this point as the starting point. Okay, and I ended this figure up to here, right? So I am saying that this is that ending point. Is it clear? So I don't hear one of the figure now. Once you observe that this figure, here we can observe, we can say that 2 points, one is starting point, another one is ending point. So if a figure is having that starting point and ending points are different, then we will call that type of figures are open figures. Okay, next one, closed figures. So what about that closed figures? Here I am saying that two different points are there. So closed figures means the starting point of a figure and the ending point of a figure both also same. Okay, the figure is must be having that both starting point and ending point of a figure both are same. Okay, then we will call that type of figures are closed figures. Here shall we call that this figure as a closed figure? Shall we call this one as a closed figure? Yes, obviously this is a closed figure. Why? Because here I started from here, so I drawn like this. Again, this is the my ending point. That is that starting point and that is only that ending point, right? So here both starting and ending point both also same for that picture. Okay, so we will call this one also a closed figure. Okay, so simply we can say that if that starting point and that ending point both are different, we will call that figures are open figures. If that starting point and ending point both are same, then we will call those figures are closed figures. Okay, after this one, so here next is simple closed figure. Okay, next one is simple closed figure means a closed figure which do not, a closed figure which do not intersect at any point except at their ending point. Okay, so what is the meaning of this one? Means a simple closed figure means just now we discussed about that closed figure and open figure, right? But what about that simple closed figure? Here simple closed figure means that is a closed figure and which do not meet at any point or which do not intersect at any point. Okay, except at their end points, or ending points. Okay, so just see that here this is one of the picture previous I drawn, no? This is a closed figure, but once observe that this closed figure is having that two different points. Here starting point and ending point both are same, but here some other point also formed here. That is that intersection point here. Okay, that is a closed figure, but this closed figure is having that two different points. Okay, what are those? Means this is somewhat intersection point and here this is a starting point and ending point. Okay, so this type of figures we will call just only closed figures. Okay, these type of figures are not simple closed figures. So simple closed figures means what? So the starting point and ending point of a figure both should be same. Both should be same and the type of pictures must be have that a single point. Okay, that single point means Here see, here only that starting point and ending point is there. Is there any other intersecting points? No any intersecting points. But this picture is having that intersecting point. Except that ending points, we have some other intersecting point now here. That's why we will call this type of figures are simple closed figures. Okay, but when you observe those two figures, those two also closed figures only. Okay, but what is the difference means here this figure is having that is some intersecting point. That's why we will not call this picture as, we will not call this a figure as a simple closed figure. Okay, we will call this figure as a simple closed figure. Okay, so according to that definition, what is that? A closed figure which do not intersect at any point except their ending points. Okay, so like that way we can find that which one is a simple closed figure and which one is a closed figure. Okay, that is the difference between simple closed figure and a closed figure. Okay, so still we discussed about that closed figure and simple closed figure and open figure. No, why we are discussing about that? Because polygon is a closed figure. Okay, polygon is one of that closed figure and which is made up of line segments. Okay, so what about that polygon? A simple closed figure which is made up of, or is a closed figure which is made up of line segments is called a polygon. Okay, a simple closed figure or a closed figure which is made up of line segments. Okay, why? Because here see, this is also a closed figure and this is also a closed figure. Yes or no? Okay, those two pictures also closed figures only. Okay, this circle is also having that starting point and ending point both are same, and this figure is also having that starting point and ending point both are same. Okay, so we can say that those two also closed figures only, no? But here what about that polygon means a closed figure or a simple closed figure which is made up of line segments, which is made up of only line segments. Okay, those figures only we will call it as polygons. Okay, so here by observing these two, which one is a polygon here? Yes, obviously this is a polygon. Why? Because that figure is consisting of line segments and that is a closed figure which is made up of line segments, and this is a closed figure, but here that is not a polygon. Okay, why? Because in a circle there is no any other line segments, right? That's why that is not a polygon. So which figures we can consider as the polygons means, we can say that triangle. Okay, triangle is made up of line segments only, no? So what is the shape of the triangle? This is that shape of a triangle, right? So the figure is made up of line segments. So shall we call this one as a polygon? Yes, obviously this is one of that example for a polygon. Okay, next square. Okay, and here rectangle. Okay, these all are that examples for that polygons. Once observe that these all polygons, these all also a simple closed figures which are made up of line segments. Okay, so we will call these all figures are polygons. Okay, now here we are saying that polygons. So we are saying that word as polygon, right? So polygon is a word came from Greek. Okay, so polygon is which word? Polygon is a Greek word. Okay, so what is that Greek word? That is a polygonia. Came from the words poly. Okay, polygon came from the Greek words polygonia. So what about that poly? Poly means many. Okay, which means many. And here gonia means angles. So polygonia means many angles. So a figure which is made up of many angles, and in the same way a figure which is made up of okay, line segments, and that figure is having that many angles. Okay, so that is the meaning of that the word polygon. Okay, so here polygon is came from that which word? From that Greek words polygonia. So poly means many and here gonia means angles.